Alrighty, any pains or injuries before we start? Everyone good? Okay. Alrighty. All right, good morning, everyone. This is Stephen Cheng coming to you live from 333 Grand in downtown Jersey City, New Jersey. Please visit my website, simhayoga.com, for the hybrid schedule, which is in person here at 333 Grand as well as through Zoom. You can register for class through ubindi.com. And if you're watching this on YouTube, classes are $10 and you can pay through Venmo or PayPal. Payment information is on the bottom of the video. Today's class is open flow. It is a level 1, level 2. If you're working with any kind of special conditions or limitations, make sure that you do modify or skip poses altogether, and always making some good decisions about your movement, never creating any injuries or perpetuating injuries if you can. All right, let's sit up tall. If you need to elevate and sit up on a block, please go ahead and do so. Palms face up. Fingers come to Jnana Mudra, thumb and index fingers touching. As you ground evenly through your seat, elongate through the spine. And start to let your inhales even out with your exhales, smoothing out your breath. Three Oms together, inhale. Keeping the eyes closed, hands together in prayer on front of the heart, pressing the thumbs into your heart, heart back into the thumbs, lifting the heart up toward the sky, setting your intention for yoga practice, devoting your practice to someone or something or to yourself, your supreme self that lives within your heart. Chanting the mantra for purification, purifying the space in which you practice yoga. Call or response. Om Pavitraha, Om Pavitraha, Pavitrawa, Pavitrawa, Sarva Vushtan, Gatopiwa, Yaha Smarit, Pundrikaksham, Sapahya, Bihyandraha, Suchihi. Beginning to open the eyes and let the palms face up. Fingers come back to Jnana Mudra. Inhale, lengthen through the spine. Exhale, right ear to the right shoulder. Right hand to the left side. Elongating through your left side of the neck. And chin toward the right shoulder. Release, back to center, drop the right hand. Left ear to the left shoulder, left hand to the right side. And chin toward the left shoulder. Release, back to center, drop the left hand, chin toward the chest. Big circles with the head in one direction, ear to one side. Roll it back, opposite side, roll the center. A few more rounds at your own pace. And chin back toward the center and pause. And then taking the opposite direction. And back to center again. Lift the chin parallel to the floor, neutral spine. Extend the legs forward, separating your feet. Hands supporting to either side of you, and turn your toes toward each other. And then roll out. Draw in, roll out, draw in. Outer rotation, circling the ankles. Come back to center, switch them around in rotations. And back to center again. Cross your shins and take the opposite shin on top. Non-dominant crossing of the legs. Inhale, take the arms up high, extend. Exhale, twist to the right. Inhale, back to center, arms up. Exhale, twist to your left. Back to center again. Side bends, right hand down, left arm overhead. Take it back up, other side. Take it back up again, legs forward, forward fold. Inhale, take it back up. Swing the legs back behind you, standing on top of the shins, and give yourself 1 fist distance between your knees. You're sitting on the heels. Hands together in prayer. Interlace and press your palms forward, round the spine. Inhale, lift the arms up, and then maybe looking up and tilting slightly back. Keep that slight back bend. Wrap the hands back behind you, interlace, and then roll the shoulders forward, up, back. And as you draw the shoulders back, reach your knuckles back away from the seat as well, and then maybe tilting back even more. And start to release, hands together in prayer. Interlace with the other thumb on top. Press forward, round the spine, chin toward the chest. Inhale, lift the arms up, looking up gently and slightly tilting back. Keep that slightly tilting back, wrap the hands back behind you. Non-dominant interlacing of your hands, and again, roll the shoulders forward, up, and as you draw back, reach your knuckles back as well, broadening your shoulders, looking up. And release, come to neutral. On the inhale, lift the seat. On the exhale, lower almost all the way down, so you're still hovering. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. 2 more. Lift. Lower. Lift. And this time, lower and just stay hovering. So beginning to feel your quads. And release all the way down. Walk your hands forward. Down dog. And start to pedal out the legs. And walk it out side to side. All right, come back to stillness in your down dog. Inhale, take it forward into your plank. On the exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, roll forward and up to an up dog. Exhale, down dog. Let's do that 2 more times. Inhale, plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, right heel up, 3-legged dog. Exhale, right knee in toward the nose and round the spine. Let's do that 3 times. Inhale, kick up. Exhale, right knee in. Inhale, kick up. Exhale, right knee in. Kick it up, open up the hips, bend the right knee, and stay here as you stack your hips. Right knee's reaching up, left heel's reaching down, reaching in opposition. Re-extend the right leg, square off your hips, and stepping your right foot forward. Warrior 1, taking the arms up high and extend. On the inhale, lengthen front leg, reach up higher. Exhale, bend the front knee, arms alongside. Inhale, lengthen, reach up. Exhale, bend the front knee, arms alongside. Inhale up, keep your arms up, bend the front knee, warrior 1. Open it up, warrior 2. Flip the front palm, reverse warrior. Exhale, side angle. Right hand to the inside of the foot. Raise your left arm up and extend. You can modify with the elbow to top of the knee if you'd like. Inhale, take it all the way back up. Reverse warrior. Exhale, hands to the floor, right foot stepping back, plank. Inhale, one breath. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. I'm going to move you guys a little bit. So Simon, can you move this way a little bit? And then Nova, I'm going to move you a little bit. Let's spread you guys out a little bit. That's good. Okay, that's good. Inhale, left heel up. Exhale, left knee in toward the nose 3 times. Inhale, kick up. Exhale, left knee in. Inhale, kick up. Exhale, left knee in. Kick it up, open up the hips, bend the left knee. Staying here as you stack the hips. Left knee is reaching up, right heel is reaching down. Re-extend the left leg, square off, step the left foot forward, warrior one. Taking the arms up high. On the inhale, extend the front leg, reach up higher. Exhale, bend the front knee, arms alongside. Inhale, take it up. Exhale, take it down. One more. Inhale up, keep the arms up. Bend the front knee, warrior one. Open it up, warrior two. Flipping your front palm, reverse warrior. Exhale, side angle. Hand to the inside of the foot or elbow to the knee to modify. Right arm reaching up. Inhale, take it all the way back up. Reverse warrior. Exhale, hands to the floor, left foot, stepping back plank. Inhale, one breath. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. So let's stay here for about 3 breaths. We're here holding for a few breaths when I was moving you guys around. All right, inhale, raise your right leg up, open up the hips, bend the right knee. On the exhale, right knee to the outside of the right arm and touch. Kick it back up, open it up, sideward scorpion 3 times. Right knee to the outside of the right arm. Kick it up, sideward scorpion. Right knee outside the right arm. Kick it up, and then stepping your right foot forward, warrior one, arms up high. Wrapping your right hand behind you, left arm forward, and bend your left elbow. Inhale, draw the left elbow back. Exhale, twist to the right 3 times. Inhale, draw back. Exhale, twist right. Inhale, draw back. Exhale, twist right, stay twisting. Hook the left arm to outer right knee and twist deeper. Inhale, all the way back up into reverse warrior. Lengthen out the right leg, triangle. Hand to top of the shin or to the floor, left arm reaching up. Inhale, all the way back up, reverse triangle. Bend the front knee, hands to the floor, right foot stepping back plank. Inhale, one breath. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, left heel up, open up the hips, bend the left knee, sideward scorpion. Left knee outside the left arm to touch, one-legged crow. Kick it back up, sideward scorpion. Exhale, one-legged crow. Kick it up, sideward scorpion. And then one-legged crow. Kick it up, 3-legged dog, step the left foot forward, warrior one. Wrapping your left hand back behind you, right arm forward, and bend your right elbow. Inhale, draw the right elbow back. Exhale, twist your left. Inhale, draw the right elbow back. Exhale, twist left. Inhale, draw back. Exhale, twist. Stay twisting left. Lean forward. Hook the right arm, outer left knee, and twist deeper. Inhale all the way up and around. Reverse warrior. And lengthen out the left leg. Triangle. Hand to top of the shin to modify. Hand to the floor if you have better extension. Right arm reaching up. Inhale, take it all the way back up, reverse triangle. And then bending the front knee, hands to the floor, left foot stepping back, plank. Inhale, one breath. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, right heel up. Exhale, right knee comes into twist. Touch your left arm. Inhale, kick it back up 3 times. Right knee comes into twist. Kick it back up. Right knee comes into twist. Kick it back up. Step the right foot forward. Warrior one. Wrap the hands back behind you, interlace. Draw the shoulders open, reach your knuckles back, gaze upwards. Exhale, bow forward, devotional warrior, crown of the head toward the inside of the foot. All the way back up, warrior one. Exhale, open it up, warrior two. Inhale, reverse warrior. Exhale, extended side angle. Left palm face down, reach forward to a diagonal. Inhale, come up, reverse. Lengthen out the right leg, extended triangle. Inhale all the way back up, reverse triangle. Bend the front knee, hands to the floor, right foot stepping back, plank. Inhale, one breath. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, left heel up. Exhale, left knee comes into twist. Inhale, kick it back up. Left knee comes into twist. Inhale, kick it back up. Left knee comes into twist. Kick it back up. Step the left foot forward. Warrior one. Wrap the hands back behind you. When you interlace, take the non-dominant interlacing of your hands. Broaden your shoulders. Reach your knuckles back. Lift up, gaze up. Bow forward, devotional warrior. Inhale all the way back up, warrior one. Exhale, open it up, warrior two. Inhale, reverse warrior. Exhale, extended side angle, right palm face down, reach forward. Inhale, take it back up, reverse. Lengthen out the left leg, extended triangle. Inhale all the way back up, reverse triangle. Bend the front knee, hands to the floor, left foot stepping back, plank. Inhale, one breath, exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Walk your feet forward toward your hands, yogic squat. So let the feet separate about mat's width distance, toes are turning out. Try to keep the heels down if you can. And the hands together in prayer. Let the feet draw down. If you need to sit on a block, if you have a block, you can always do that. Then pressing your elbows to your inner knees back into your elbows. So with that resistance, allow the seat to draw further down toward the heels, and then lean against your legs and lift the upper back. This is a very active hip opening, inner thigh stretch, as well as for your arms and your shoulders and the upper back. And hands to the floor, lengthen out the legs, turn your heels wide so your feet are about mat's width distance and parallel to each other. And then sway out your hips side to side. Come back to stillness. Let's twist. Left hand comes to center, creating a tripod. Bend your left knee, keep the right leg extended, raise your right arm up to twist. Extend it. Right palm face down and reach forward. And get lengthy through your right side. Half bind. Right arm up and behind you. Let the right hand come to your lower back or to your inner left thigh. And then twist a little bit deeper. Keep the half bind. Take the gaze to the floor for balance. Then start to shift to stand on the right foot and reach your left heel back for a revolved half moon. Then bend your left knee. Reach your right hand to grab the left foot and then kick it back, revolve Shavasana. Keep kicking back and start to lift the torso. Reach your left hand forward, revolve dancer. Reach your left arm out to left side, open up the knee to left side, airplane, warrior 3. Release your left foot, step it all the way back, warrior 1. Open it up, warrior 2. Inhale, reverse warrior. Exhale, hands to the floor, right foot stepping back, plank. Lower all the way down to the belly. Hands alongside the rib cage, 3 progressive cobras. Inhale, lift up, baby cobra. Exhale, lower almost all the way down. Inhale, lift up a little bit higher. Exhale, lower almost all the way down. Inhale, lift up even higher. Full extension of the arms if you have it. Slight bending of the elbows if you need it. Cobra pose, Bhujangasana. And start to release all the way down. Child's pose, feet toward the heels and fold. Walk your hands in, sitting on top of your shins and lifting your torso. Right hand stays to the floor, left arm up and side bending to the right. Come back to center, bend your left elbow. Left elbow to the right knee. Inhale, lift back up 3 times. Left elbow to the right knee. Inhale, lift back up. Left elbow, right knee, and stay there. You can take the left elbow to the floor, support the back of the head with your left hand, and the right hand behind you, half bind, and twist. Release your right hand back up and down to the floor to lift up. And then switching sides. Left hand to the floor, right arm up, and side bend to your left. Take it back up to vertical, bend your right elbow. Right elbow, left knee. Inhale, take it back up 3 times. Right elbow, left knee. Inhale, take it back up. Right elbow, left knee. And stay there. Right elbow comes to the floor for support. Right hand to the back of the head. And then raise your left arm up. And half bind, left hand behind you. Re-extend the left arm up and to the floor for support. Rise back up. And then walk your hands forward, down dog. Walk your feet forward toward your hands, yogic squat. Toes are turned out, heels are turned in, heels are down if you can. Hands together in prayer. Press your elbows into your inner knees back into your elbows. With that resistance, let the feet draw toward the heels, and then let the upper back lift and lean back. So it's a very active yogic squat. And release your hands to the floor, lift the seat back up, and readjust your heels so your heels go wider, about mat's width, and your feet are parallel. You can sway out your hips side to side. And come back to center. Right hand comes to center, creating a tripod. Bend your right knee, keep your left leg extended. Raise your left arm up to twist. Extend the left arm forward and reach. Half bind, left arm up and behind you, either to your lower back or your inner right thigh if you can reach. Keep the half bind, take the gaze to the floor for balance, shift the weight to your left foot and reach your right heel back. A half bound, revolved half moon. Bend your right knee, grab the foot with your left hand and kick back, revolve Shavasana. Start to lift the upper torso, reach your right arm forward, revolve dancer. So notice the right arm reaching forward, right foot is kicking back. Now open up the right arm to the right side and open up the right knee to the right side, so this becomes airplane, warrior 3. Then begin to release your right foot all the way back, warrior 1. Open it up, warrior 2. Inhale, reverse warrior. Exhale, hands to the floor, left foot, stepping back plank. Inhale, 1 breath. Exhale, lower all the way down to the belly. 3 progressive cobras, variation 2. Inhale, lift up baby cobra and stay there. Press into your hands, lift up a little bit higher. Press into your hands, lift up even higher and hold. So again, if this is too deep of a back bend for you, a slight bending of the elbows, perfectly fine. And bending the elbows, release all the way down, child's pose. Seat toward the heels and fold. Coming up to hands and knees. Tuck the toes under for additional support. Then left hand, 1 handprint wider, 1 handprint further forward. Inhale, raise your right elbow up. On the exhale, stay hovering as you thread the right arm through 3 times. Inhale, lift. Exhale, thread through. Inhale, lift. This time, exhale, thread through, and right shoulder, right cheek comes to floor as you twist. Press your left hand to the floor strongly, and your left arm should be very active. So think about your left elbow lining up with your wrist in a vertical line, and then you have a 90-degree angle with your left arm. So that will give you resistance to press your left hand into the floor, stacking your left shoulder over your right. So going into a thoracic twist as you stretch your outer right arm, outer right shoulder. Press into your left hand, lift back up, walk your hands back into hands and knees. So that's where you always start. Then right hand, 1 handprint wider, 1 handprint further forward. Now the reason for this adjustment is when you thread through and you come down, you want the right arm should be, the right hand to be slightly away from the face, right? Otherwise, your hand would be too close to your face and it's the wrong alignment. So that adjustment will give you space. All right, inhale, left arm up. Exhale, thread through and stay hovering 3 times. Inhale, lift. Exhale, thread through. Inhale, lift. This time, exhale, thread through. Left shoulder, left cheek comes to your floor, and your right arm should be situated roughly about 90 degrees. Right elbow lines up with the wrist, vertical line. And then press your right hand down to give yourself more resistance to stack the right shoulder over your left. And press into your right hand. Lift back up. Hands and knees, and then down dog. Walk your feet forward. This time, a different yogic squat. Your heels are together and toes apart. If you have the flexibility to keep the heels down, fantastic, and then start to draw the seat down. Now, if that is too tight for you and you have to stay on your tiptoes, that is fine too. All right, once you situate your feet, start to wrap the arms around the front of the shins and bind the hands back behind you, behind the heels. If that is possible, fantastic. If not, then just keep your hands forward, maybe your forearms down, and just bow forward here. So you have many options. So Michelle, if you have your blocks, right, you can take a block right to your forehead so that becomes a tripod for you, so that will give you some, and then you can wrap your hands back, Right, you see how that works? It gives you like a tripod positioning so that you have stability through the head, and then you can wrap the arms around, 2 more breaths. So same thing for Katie if you want. Or the other option is, if you don't want to do all that, you can just take your forearms down and work here. Or your hands forward if you can't reach, right? Whatever you can do. All right, let's start to break. Walk your hands back in. Lengthen out the legs. This time, feet together, knees together. Then bend the knees. Rise up for chair. Hands together in prayer. Twist to the right. Hook the left arm to the outer right knee. And once you have your hands together in prayer and you lined up your wrists with your elbows, also check that your knees are lined up and that you can see the front of the toes. And then press your hands together and twist deeply to the right. You may stay here, for those of you with side crows, hands to the right, about shoulders width. As you shift to your right and slightly forward, maybe your feet can come off the floor. Right? Otherwise, a regular twisted chair is good. Right? If the elbow to the knee is rather tough, you can take a slightly higher position with your hand to the outer right leg, right hand behind you, right? So if the forward fold and the twist is too deep to take the elbow to the knee, right? You can take it slightly higher and still achieve the same. All right, start to break. Inhale, square back to center chair. Exhale, lengthen and dive forward. Up and down 3 times. Bend the knees, rise up chair. Exhale, lengthen and dive forward. Bend the knees, rise up chair. Exhale, dive forward. This time, bend the knees, rise up chair. Stepping on the left foot, pick up the right. Tree pose, sole of the right foot, the inner left leg. So try to go above the knee joint or below the knee joint. So try never to go directly against the knee joint because you might push the knee joint out of alignment, right? So that could become injurious. Once you have your tree, you may choose to stay here in a steady balance. You can wrap your hands back behind you, interlace for the heart opener. You can side bend to the right. So those are more simple variations if you want to take them. If you have more complex, more advanced variations, it could be a half lotus, top of the right foot to your left hip crease, into a forward fold, into a tiptoe balance. Right? If you have a good tiptoe balance and want to take that into an inversion, it could be a half lotus, tripod, headstand. You have many options. You have 3 more breaths. All righty, let's start to finish up. Wherever you are, start to make your way back to your tree. And when you're ready, let's start to break. Arms up. Step the right foot down, chair. Exhale, dive forward. Fingertips to floor, bend the knees. And step the right foot back. Crescent moon. Right knee comes down. Untuck the toes. Now, if you need extra padding, you can take your mat right side towards center, double matting. If you have additional padding with towels or blankets, go ahead and take it. Then you want to take the hands to the top of the thighs and lunge your hips forward. Start to get into the stretch of your right quads. And once you have that, press your hands into your thighs and start to think about leaning back and your belly working away from the thighs. Right? So if you keep the belly on the thighs and you just lean back, this is not a very good back bend, right? It doesn't work through the range of motion, right? But if you draw the belly away from the thighs, the torso leans back a little bit. It's also much better balance. It's a much wider angle with your arcing of the back. So this is a much better back bend, more efficient. And once you have the stability of that, arms up, Venus Mudra, arms up and back. Michelle, just to let you know, you're on the wrong leg, but that's okay. Keep going, okay? Just make sure you do the other side. You may stay here. Those of you with options, you can take any variations you like. You can take a heart opener. You can take a side bend. You can go one direction. You can go the other direction. Those of you binding, in your mermaids, same hand, same foot. Left arm up and back, opposite arm up and back. You can take mermaid 2, grabbing the inside of the foot, slip the foot to your elbow crease, and then working on the bind again. Now, if you can't take the bind, maybe the left arm, the front arm can go forward. Maybe the front arm can go up. Maybe to the back of the head and beginning to work toward making connection with the hands, right? If you cannot bind yet. All righty, start to finish up. Hands to either side of the front foot, tuck the back toes under and lengthen over the front leg. The front hamstring stretch. Using your blocks if you need. So you're looking for full extension of the front leg if you can. All right, bend the front knee, ground the back heel, circle it up into reverse warrior just to stretch it out in a vertical position. And then hands to the floor. Chaturanga dog, down dog. Come forward into plank. Knees come down, hands and knees. So this time, we're going to step the left foot out to the side. So roughly, the measurement would be either heel to knee or arch to knee. So that's more or less the same, depending on your hip flexibility and your extension. Okay? And then same thing with the hand placement. Right hand, one handprint wider, one handprint further forward. Inhale, raise your left arm up. Exhale, twist through 3 times. Inhale, lift. Exhale, twist. Inhale, lift. Exhale, twist, and this time, left arm, left shoulder, left cheek comes to the floor, and there's the same placement with the right arm, 90 degrees, and then twisting here. Yuan, lift the right elbow up 90 degrees. There you go. Simon, walk that right hand a little bit wider. Yeah. And then Margaret, lift the elbow up a little bit more. Yeah. Press the right hand into the floor. Use that resistance. All right. Press into your right hand. Lift back up. Walk your hands back into hands and knees and switching sides. Left knee comes in, so this is your proper hands and knees. Step the right foot out. So again, knee to heel or knee to arch of the right foot. Then left hand, one hand print wider, one hand print further forward. Inhale, raise your right elbow up. Exhale, thread it through 3 times. Inhale, lift. Exhale, thread. Inhale, lift. Exhale, thread, and this time right shoulder, right cheek comes to the floor. And once you have a proper positioning of your shoulder and your head, look at the left arm, right? Left arm should be 90 degrees, elbow lines up with the wrist, using the left hand pressing strongly to the floor for resistance so that you can stack the left shoulder over your right. The right arm should actively reach to your left side. All right, press your left hand back down, lift back up, walk it back to hands and knees, taking your right knee down, and then down dog. Step the right foot forward, step the left foot forward. So same thing with your yogic squat, heels together, toes apart, bending at the knees, if the feet draw down, so you have many options. So if you cannot, take the full pose of wrapping the arms around the shins. You can keep your hands reaching forward for support as you round the spine to draw forward. You can also take your forearms down if that works. And if you have blocks and you want to use your block to your forehead, using that as a tripod, you can take that as an additional support structure. Otherwise, arms wrap around the front of the shins. All right, so Jessica, if you take the arms around the front of the shins, and maybe the arms go further down the shin, the front of the shins, not the back of the shins. Now, there you go, the front, and then wrap. There you go. And now you can reach. All right, and just maybe look down slightly and let the head drop down a little bit. That will help you to balance. There you go. All right, start to release. Hands come back to the floor, and then lift the heels. Lift the knees, and forward fold. Walk your feet in together, and then bend the knees. Rise up, chair. Hands together in prayer. Twist to your left. Hook the right arm to outer left knee. Hands together in prayer. So again, if your elbow to the knee is rather tough for you, right? You can always elevate your torso. Take the right hand to outer left leg, left hand behind you, and that basically is the same pose, but much easier, more modified. If you're taking the side crow to your left, hands over to your left side, about shoulders width, and then shift the weight left and forward, and that will give you the platform, the structure, to help you take the side crow. Otherwise, it's a twisted chair. And Nova, keep your feet together if you can. There you go. You can point or you can flex. It doesn't matter. Once your feet come off the floor, unless you're doing a leg variation, keep your feet together. Yeah. All righty. When you're ready, square back, Come back up to chair. Exhale, dive forward. Up and down 2 more times. Bend the knees, rise up chair. Exhale, dive forward. 1 more. Bend the knees, rise up chair. Exhale, dive forward. This time, bend the knees, rise up chair. Stepping on the right foot. Pick up the left knee, tree pose, second side. Sole of the left foot to the right leg, above or below the knee joint. Right? Never directly on the knee joint. And then taking the arms up in a wide position. Once you're steady, take the same option as you did on the first side. So if you took the hands back behind you for the heart opener, interlace with the other thumb on top and draw the shoulders back. Side bend to your left this time. Right? Left arm, left leg, right arm overhead. If you're taking your other options, your more advanced options, a half lotus. Maybe that's good enough, right? Maybe a half lotus is just enough stretch for your quads, your knees, and your ankle joints, right? Otherwise, maybe a forward fold to challenge your flexibility. Maybe a tiptoe balance. And if you're inverting, take your inversion. Right? If you need to step out your poses, that's perfectly fine. If you need a breath, you can always take a breath. If you want to work through other stuff, you can always do that. All righty, let's start to finish up. Make your way back up to your tree. And when you're ready to break, step the left foot down, chair. Exhale, dive forward. Crescent moon, step the left foot back, left knee comes down. Untuck the toes. All right, so if you're taking extra padding, right, left side folding towards center with your mat or actual towels or blankets. All right, once you're set, lean the hips forward with your hands at the top of the thighs, right? Then you might also want to check the alignment of the knee with the heel. So this ankles to knee alignment of a vertical line gives you a lot of support. Now, this is pretty basic, pretty standard. However, if you're more flexible, you can actually step the heel further back. This requires a lot more flexibility in the Achilles, right? And so because also the footing is closer to the knee, it is also harder to balance. So this is a more advanced variation. However, what you don't want, and I don't feel that this, unless you're specifically looking for a deeper hip opener, this is not very stable. So the heel coming forward is not my favorite. Standard is knee to the heel vertical line, okay? And lunging the hips forward, getting into the quad stretch, hip stretch, and psoas stretch. Pressing your hands into your thighs, getting your belly away from the thighs, and leaning the upper torso back, gently looking up. That's the beginning of your arching of the spine. And once you're stable, then you're ready. Arms up and back. All right, if you're then working with additional variations, if you wrap the hands back behind you, take the opposite interlacing of your hands. Side bending, one direction, other direction. If you're working with mermaids, hand to foot, left hand to left foot, right arm forward or up. Right, so if you're not able to reach up for the balance, maybe the right arm pressing to top of the right leg might be a nice way to stabilize, right? Mermaid 2, grabbing the inside of the foot, slipping your foot to your elbow crease. You can again stay here if you don't quite have to bind. You can reach up. You can start to bend the right elbow and then start to reach. And then if you can bind, take the bind. And a key for taking the bind is, if you're getting close to making the connection, is The arm should go behind the head, right? If you go above the head, you're actually shortening your arm, right? So if you can take the arm behind the head, you might gain yourself a few inches there so that if you're close to binding, you can actually reach. So that's key. All right, starting to break. Take hands to either side of the right foot. Tuck the left toes under and framing your front leg with your hands folding forward, using your blocks if you need. So looking to get into the right hamstring stretch or the front hamstring stretch. All right, bend the front knee, ground the back heel. Circle it up into reverse warrior to stretch it out before we come into chaturanga dog, down dog. Bend the knees and have one breath. Exhale, walk or jump your feet forward between your hands. Feet together, knees together. Bend the knees, rise up, chair. Stepping on the left foot, pick up the right knee, right hand to right knee, or yogic toe lock and extend. Left arm out to side to counterbalance and open up the leg to the right side. All right, if you're not taking hand to big toe, you can take hand to knee as a modification. Works the same. A deeper variation could be hand to heel. Let the right leg rise up a little higher. Stay on the left leg and let's start to twist. Start to square back, drawing your right knee forward. Left hand to your right knee, or the left hand to outer right foot and extend forward. Keep the gaze looking forward, right arm reaching back to twist. Once you have your twist and you're nice and steady, then you can start to look to the side or behind you. All right. Square back. Step the right foot down, chair. Exhale, dive forward, crow pose. Hands to the floor, about 1.5 feet forward, shoulders width, palms are flat. Draw the arms back, knees to back the arms, gaze slightly forward to the floor, and tip the weight forward. Maybe the feet come off the floor. You okay there? Hopefully that's not too hard of a hit. Okay, good. Lift the head a little higher, Nova. Yes. There you go. All right, so one of the keys to taking the balance in the crow is this. You don't want the head to be too low. When your head is too low and you start to look behind you, then the weight draws forward and down, right? And that is actually a transition into headstand. Instead, you want the head to be lifted and looking to the floor or even slightly ahead of you. And that lifting of the head actually is a very nice counterweight. It actually lightens the load to the front bodies or to the head. And by lifting, you're basically going like this, right? And that gives you better balance. right? So if your head is down, you're going to feel like you're falling down. But if you lift the head and look forward and shift forward, it's a lot easier. All right? When you're ready, walk back, jump back, chaturanga, dog, down, dog. Inhale. Left heel up, three-legged dog. Draw the left knee in for pigeon. Once you have your footing, your left thigh should then turn out to the side, 30 to 45 degrees, inch your right knee further back. Elongate through the spine, make sure your hips are nice and level and you feel centered. And then make your way forward, forward fold. So Jessica, front leg a little bit wider to your left. So come back up. Yes, there you go. That's right. Yep. So Michelle, can you reach your right knee further back? Stay forward folding. Reach your right knee further back to lower the hips a little more. You don't have to. No, you're fine. All right, so sometimes, right, if you're too high, the weight is going to draw forward. You're not going to feel much in the hips, right? But if you stay in this position, lift the knee and reach back to lower your hips, you'll end up getting a lot more stretch here, and that's what you want, all right? All right, so using blocks to your left seat sometimes can be helpful if you're quite elevated and you're quite tight in the hips and the knees and you're really high, right? Having that block inserted and wedged underneath your seat might give you the support. However, sometimes it's actually keeping you from getting more depth into the pose, right? Because you're wedged in, you can't go lower. So it all depends on what your aim is and what your physical structure is, right? If you're looking for more depth, you don't want any obstructions. You want to reach further back and lower the hips. But if that's too deep and it gives you, some discomfort to the knees or to the hips, then you might want to support and elevate with a block. 3 more breaths. All righty. Start to walk your hands back in, lift the torso back up, walk it back to your down dog, and pedal out your legs. And once you're feeling nice and neutral and you're ready, step the right foot forward between your hands, left foot forward, standing forward bend, feet together, knees together, rise up chair. Stepping on the right foot this time, pick up the left knee, left hand to knee, or left hand to big toe, and extend, counterbalancing with the right arm out. Now, key point is this. Before you open up the leg, you always want to come to a balanced standing position. All right, so the heel reaching forward or the knee reaching forward is neutral, right? And you want to get into the standing balance first. And then you open up for flexibility and hip opening. Right, so it could be hand to big toe, hand to knee, or if you have more flexibility, hand to heel, and extend the left heel higher. Right, so any standing balance poses should always come from a vertical line, a strong standing position first. Right, so if you start to curve forward or go sideways, then perhaps if you have hand to big toe, you just want to bend the knee so that reduces the tension to the leg so that you can stand up taller. Then once you get to a better standing position, you might want to retry to extend from that position, right? So that's key. All right, we're going to twist. Left leg forward. Either right hand to left knee, or the right hand to outside the left foot, and extend forward. So again, standing position, reach your left arm back. You may stay here, right? Looking forward, it's going to help you to balance better. But if you're steady and you want to start to look to the side or behind you, you can take the option 2. All right, ready to break. Step the left foot back down, chair. Exhale, dive forward. Trying your crow pose once again. If you're going into headstands, you can go into your tripods. So again, the structure would be hands forward about 1.5 feet, shoulders width. Bend the arms back, knees back to arms, gaze to the floor and slightly forward maybe, and the head is slightly lifted. Good. Let's give more distance between your hands and your feet. Just a little bit more. Good. Ground your palms, bend your knees, and lower the seat. Start here. Then bend the arms back, knees to back to arms. Right? Then gaze slightly forward. Start there. Make sure you're nice and solid. Then through your tiptoes, start to shift the entire body forward, and the elbows start to line up with your wrists. Right? Keep the head lifted. Right? Yeah, so that's okay. You don't have to lift the feet off the floor. You just need to start shifting the weight forward and feel like your toes are getting lighter. The other thing that was happening was this. You're moving your head forward, but your elbows were not moving. So you're stuck here. So that's why you ended up going like this. What happens is the entire body has to shift forward, and your elbows eventually line up with your wrists. When that happens, right, that's when your toes get lighter because you've transferred the weight forward. Good. Yeah, that's right. Well, it depends, right? Maybe that is the point also, depending on what you're trying to do. So this, you don't have to take the feet off the floor, but just shift the weight. There you go. Keep the head lifted slightly. Good. Right? So if that's all for you're doing today, that's fine, right? So just keep working progressively. As you get stronger, you're gonna feel like you're steadier. When you're steadier, you're gonna feel more confident about lifting your feet. All right, let's start to finish up and make your way back to down dog. Right leg up. Draw the right knee in, land that shin to the floor, pigeon. So you want the right thigh to be angled out to the side, 30 to 45 degrees. Inch your left knee further back to lower the hips, untuck the toes. Then walk your hands back as well, elongate through the spine, make sure you're feeling pretty level and even here. And then draw forward when you're ready. All right, so angling that front leg to the side is to get that thigh out of the way of your torso, right? So if you're laying directly on top of the leg, maybe there's actually more space you can lean into, but your thigh is in your way of the belly. So by angling out the thigh to the side, 30 to 45 degrees away from the torso, you've actually created more space for you to reach into, right? And so pigeon could be a very nice, passive, relaxing positioning, right? And that might also mean if you need the block to wedge or to help you support, right? Especially if you start to feel some knee pains, right? Knee discomfort here for those with knee issues or very, very tight knees, right? So you just don't want to stress out the knees in this position. So sometimes having a block inserted or wedged underneath your right seat could feel quite nice. However, again, as I said previously, it could prevent you from going deeper, right? So make sure that if you choose to use any kind of props, that it is for the right purpose, not just to do it because somebody told you to do it, right? Has to be the right reason. And I see Katie and Leslie using blocks, right? So sometimes, maybe in your pigeon, dipping the head so low is not comfortable. Having a block to your forehead, having the torso much more parallel to the floor in a neutral position might feel really good. So if you don't have blocks, you can use your hands as pillows, or you can actually take two fists, right? So if you don't have a block for your head, this could be a very nice modification, right? So this feels very nice because your torso and your spine is more neutral versus unsupported, right? Dipping down could be, for those of us with tight necks, could be kind of difficult to do. Or sometimes being higher with your torso could also feel quite nice if your hips are really tight. I tend to do this because I like the weight falling back toward my hips versus falling forward toward my head, right? So when I do this pigeon pose, I actually prefer here, right? But that's me, right? So all of those are good options, right? So again, the point is every pose can be modified for a specific reason, and depending on your reasons, right? And Margaret, she likes to stretch her throat and her chest. So I see that she's always reaching her chin forward and get as flat as she can, right? So that's another reason of why you would do a pose a different way. All right, let's start to make your way back. Down dog, walk it out, side to side. All right, and I suspect Margaret learned that from Sylvia Smith. No. Okay. Ah, so that's for your own purpose. That is something that I associate with Sylvia because she's always alignment based, right? And so I know that you had a practice with her, a long practice with her. So when I see you do certain things, sometimes I assume that. All right, start to walk your feet forward toward your hands and start to take the feet down. Let's take a seated spinal twist. If you want to take a half variation because your hips are tight, left leg extended, right foot over. If you're taking the full pose, left heel comes in first, right leg over. Try to ground both feet evenly. Right hand to the floor behind you, left arm up on the inhale. Exhale, twist to the right. So when you take the seated spinal twist, you also want to come to a vertical line with your torso. So your central axis should be vertical, and that is your spine. All right, so again, if your hips are tight and the right seat comes off the floor, then you might want to extend the left leg forward. And that should help you more easily ground the right seat down. Now for Michelle, since the right foot is elevated, you have two options. You can take the block and step on the block, or you can just step the foot to the inside of the leg so that your foot is down and grounded. How does that feel? I think maybe this is better. Yeah, so just do this. Yeah, that way you're grounded and you're stable. Versus like this, the leg could be moving and you're not really utilizing the leg for stability. So if your foot is down, you have a solid leg to wrap your arm into to get more stability. Are you on? Make sure you step the right foot down. There you go. All right, inhale, come back to center. Keep the legs as they are. Counter twist to your left. Back to center. Switch legs. Extend both legs forward first. So if you're taking a half variation, right leg extended, left foot over. Try to keep the foot down. If your foot cannot come down to the floor, you can step it to the inside of the leg. All right, if you're taking the full pose, right heel comes in, left foot over. Left hand behind you, right arm up, inhale, lengthen, exhale, twist left. And then Katie, flex your right leg. Yes. All right, so when you flex that right leg, if your leg is extended forward, if you flex the foot, the back of the leg is pressing down, and that becomes more stable, right? If you point the toes, you're lifting, sometimes that could destabilize, right? Even though the leg is strong, this presses the back of the leg down. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, counter twist to the right. Square back again. Extend both legs forward with your hands supporting to either side. Slowly lower onto your back. And then hug both knees in. All right, this helps just stretch your lower back a little bit, quieting your back. Then keep the left knee in, extend the right leg out to the floor, recline twisting. Left arm out to a T, twist to the right. Take it back to center, switch legs, switch arms, twist the other direction. And take that knee back to center, hug both knees in. And when you're ready, step the feet to the floor. Slide the legs forward, Shavasana, final relaxation. Feet are separated, toes turned out, arms alongside, palms face up, eyes closed. Let it all go. Begin to draw your breath back in, moving your fingers and your toes. Reach the arms overhead, stretching in opposite directions. And then rolling over to the right side and come up to a comfortable cross-legged position. When you take a seat, stick your non-dominant shin on top. Palms face up. Fingers come back to Jnana Mudra, reconnecting to an even seat. Lengthy spine, shoulders broad, breath deep. Let the neck be free. Inhale for Om. Hands together in prayer, bowing forward, sealing in practice. Come up. Namaste, everybody. Thank you so much for being here this morning. And thank you for sharing your practice with me. My name is Stephen Cheng, coming to you live from 333 Grand in downtown Jersey City, New Jersey. Please visit my website, simhayoga.com, for the hybrid schedule, which is in person here at 333 Grand, as well as through Zoom. You can register for class through ubindi.com. And if you're watching this on YouTube, classes are $10, and you can pay through Venmo or PayPal. Payment information on the bottom of the video. And of course, all of this can be found through my website, simhayoga.com. Thank you again. See you next time.